All right. Well, welcome once again, brethren and sistren, to the Junk Shop Library channel, home of Improv Bible Study, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and what is the other one? I'm losing my mind. Oh, yes, Terrible Bible ASMR, Friday nights at 9. Okay. If you didn't get the notification on this one in time, it's likely not due either to your fault nor to YouTube's. See, what had happened was I had this episode completely shot. I was kind of proud of it, actually. And then I went to upload it and was double checking through everything and found out there was no audio. No audio. Not even a smidgen. Not a phoneme anywhere in the video, which was like 15-20 minutes long. And like I said, I was kind of proud of it. But I got gremlins. I don't know what to tell you. Which lets me awkwardly segue into the next thing I should say during the intro, which is I have Patreon now. So if you'd be interested in helping the library upgrade its hardware and or software capacities, you can head on over to patreon.com/JunkshopLibrary and throw a little coin of the realm in our direction, and anything you can spare would be greatly and greatly appreciated. All right, so with that out of the way, let's see. I know I've got some new folks I need to welcome, who I thanked before for joining us, but I believe were eaten when the audio went away, whose acknowledgments, rather, were eaten when the audio went away on the last video. So welcome to Math Pig, and to Jojo, and to, last but certainly not least, Neil the 604 Atheist, who was more kind than kind during his live stream with Unholy Sarah, who was also more kind than kind by bringing me to his attention. All right, let's see. There was another announcement I needed to make, but I don't... Oh, yes, I do. I know what it was. I will actually be appearing on Neil the 604 Atheist's Deconversion series, the 31st of August, this month. Coming up, it'll be here before we know it. Then we'll be into September and we can buy our Halloween shit. But yes, so if you're not already familiar with his channel, he does a fascinating series where he interviews people and they tell their deconversion stories. And my wife and I will be on that show, as I said, the 31st of this month of August, to tell our various the stories of our various deconversion experiences. So if you want a little window into the minds behind the library, you should join us over there. You should join him over there regardless, because he's got some really kick-ass content. Okay, so, long-ass intro out of the way, we'll turn now to the Word of the Lord and get even more bored than with me rambling on about nothing. Ha-ha! We turn today to the 32nd chapter of the 5th book of Moses, called Deuteronomy, and at long last get to find out what this bloody song is Moses commandeth his successors to sing. Here goes nothing. All right, let's see if this works. Junk Shop Library's Improv Bible Study. Are you ready for this? Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass, because I will publish the name of the Lord. Ascribe ye greatness unto our God. He is the rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment, a God of truth and without iniquity. A God of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he. They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are a perverse and crooked generation. Do ye thus requite the Lord, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he thy father that hath bought thee? Hath he not made thee and established thee? Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will shew thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land, and in the waste, howling wilderness. He led him about, he instructed him, he kept him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle stirreth up her nest, fluttereth over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings. So the Lord alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with him. He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the fields. And he made him to suck honey out of the rock, and oil out of the flinty rock. Butter of kine and milk of sheep, with fat of lambs and rams of the breed of Bashan, and goats with the fat of kidneys of wheat, and thou didst drink the pure blood of the grape. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook God which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Of the rock that begat thee thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten God that formed thee. And when the Lord saw it, he abhorred them, because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. I will heap mischiefs upon them, I will spend mine arrows upon them. They shall be burnt with hunger, and devoured with burning heat, and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust. The sword without and terror within shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of gray hairs. I said I would scatter them into corners, I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men, were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, Our hand is high, and the Lord hath not done all this. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. How should one chase 1,000, and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock had sold them, and the Lord had shut them up? For their rock is not as our rock, even our enemies themselves being judges. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall, their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the poison of dragons, and the cruel venom of asps. Is not this laid up in store with me, and sealed up among my treasures? To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. For the Lord shall judge his people, and repent himself for his servants, when he seeth that their power is gone, and that there is none left, that there is none shut up or left. And he shall say, Where are their gods, their rock in whom they trusted, which did eat the fat of their sacrifices, and drank the wine of their drink offerings? Let them rise up and help you, and be your protection. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven, and say, I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword, and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies, and will reward them that hate me. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. And Moses came and spake all the words of this song in the ears of the people, he and Hoshea the son of Nun. And Moses made an end of speaking all these words to all Israel, and he said unto them, Set your hearts unto all the words which I testify among you this day, which ye shall command your children to observe to do, all the words of this law. For it is not a vain thing for you, because it is your life, and through this thing ye shall prolong your days in the land, whither ye go over Jordan to possess it. And the Lord spake unto Moses that selfsame day, saying, Get thee up into this mountain Abiram, unto Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, that is over against Jericho. And behold the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel for a possession. And die in the mount whither thou goest up, and be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother died in Mount Hor, and was gathered unto his people. Because ye trespassed against me among the children of Israel at the waters of Meribah Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin, because ye sanctified me not in the midst of the children of Israel. Yet thou shalt see the land before thee, but thou shalt not go thither into the land which I give the children of Israel. And there we have Deuteronomy, the very long 32nd chapter. Alrighty then. Well, if you didn't believe before that God can do anything bigger and better than anybody else, now you know. Because he just demonstrated an ability to say nanny boo-boo bigger and better than anyone has ever nanny boo-booed before, and bigger and better than anyone will nanny boo-boo in future. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I thought I dodged all of the crazy noise, but if you hear, yep, that. Sorry, the trash, for God's sake. The trash collectors are here, dumping out the dumpster. Great coogly moogly. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Alright. So yeah, that chapter was the song Moses was told to teach to Joshua and the other children of Israel, that would be remembered bitterly the meaning of by them in the days to come, when they blasphemed and trespassed and turned aside from the way of the Lord. And it was a song of how life's gonna suck, and then when they get sad enough to turn back to God, God's gonna take them back. He hurts you because he loves you. I swear, you know, people use the metaphor of God as an abusive partner, and I don't think it gets enough credit for being true. Because, I mean, listen to this fucker. If you don't do the way I like, I'm going to hurt you lots. Until you come beg me to forgive you, and then I'll forgive you and be nice again. This is textbook, y'all. Absolute textbook. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, Moses finally about to die. At least God just told him to, and probably a solid 98% of the time he's shown himself to be pretty willing to do what God says. But apparently even God got tired of the great Mosaic filibuster of 1500 BCE and told him, all right, now shut up, go up, and give up the ghost. And that just, came as a little bonus there at the end of the song of the abusive spouse. And we've only got 2 more chapters of Deuteronomy, and we'll be out of the Pentateuch and leaping headlong with both feet into the book of Joshua. And that will be a week from this coming Thursday, technology willing, because we'll do chapter 33 on Thursday of this week. Then we'll have Terrible Bible ASMR Friday. Then we'll have chapter 34 Tuesday of next week, and that'll be all the Deuteronomy there is, and I'm so happy. I hadn't been this happy to finish reading a book since 50 Shades Freed. Oh my goodness. It's because y'all, this is a drag. This Deuteronomy mess has just, oh my gosh, it's gone on forever. And I know I said that about Numbers, and I know I said that about Leviticus before that, but it's been a while since anything actually happened. We've had a lot of recounting of things that had already been told us happened, and we've had a lot of warnings of things that shall yet happen, but we hadn't had anything in the present tense in quite some time. And I, for one, am high ready to get into Joshua, and something actually happened, because Joshua was a warlord the like of which the people of Israel had not seen since great-grandcestor Abram's days. Oh, all right. Well, I guess we'll wrap this here then, because, I mean, other than the fact that it was a big, long nanny boo-boo and the pretty spectacular example of early Hebraic poetry, not really much to say about this, because it's the same junk that God's been warning us about for about the last 10 chapters. It's gonna be bad, y'all, if y'all turn away from me, and I know you're gonna, so here's the I told you so in advance. Yeah. So, I guess we'll wrap this here then. And we'll see y'all again on Thursday for the 33rd and penultimate chapter of the 5th book of Moses, called Deuteronomy. If this is your first time with us, poke the Pope if you'd like to subscribe. And click that bell to get notifications in the event that the notification system actually works for you, which it does not for everyone. I speak from experience. And until we reconvene, everybody take care, be safe, stand against hate, and don't step in the drama. It is hell on big squeaky wheels to get that off your shoe. Bye now.